Hi, in this lab what I'm going to do is show you how to install Windows Server 2012 R2. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is get media, and my recommendation, this will be posted in the links on the video, but my recommendation is to go to this link and download a Windows Server eval. And right here we can see, I believe you're going to have to sign in. We can see here we can download a Windows Server 2012 eval, and we do have to sign in, but it is a full ISO, and that is similar to what I'm using in the VMware here. So I've created a VM. I've got 60 gig of hard drive. I made it thin so it'll expand as I'm going, and I connected the network to host only. So I'm going to go ahead and start this VM. And we can see the Windows PE is loading. So the Windows pre-installment or installation environment is running. And this is the first stage of installation. So we get our Welcome to Windows Server 2012 R2 screen, and we can change the locale or the inputs. I'm just going to say next. At this point you get three options actually. You can install, you can go into the recovery console, or you can actually quit. So we'll say install. Now the actual setup program is running, and I should be presented with an option here to install. Well, the default, like I showed you in the prior video, in the lecture portion, the default is to install Core. So we're going to actually install. You know what? I'll install Core, and yeah, now I'll install Core, and then I'll put the minimalist tools on. So we'll go ahead and say next, but notice that I have standard and data center. Make sure that your license for whichever one that you're installing before you install will accept the end user license agreement. And I'm going to say custom because it's not an upgrade, and I'm going to select the only disk I have in the system and click next. Now at this point it's going to copy all the files, it's going to expand the files, it's going to set the drive up to be partitioned properly, and we're going to let this just do its thing here. And at this point we're finishing up, and we're going to restart. I'm going to rush it along. Now on this next reboot, all of the files are expanded. It's important to note at this point I'm actually booting off of the target disk that I installed it to, and not the CD media or DVD media anymore. Now the reason why is because this is where hardware detection, you can see the devices are being readied, and we have another reboot. Now we have the drivers loaded, so now we're actually bringing the operating system up with all of the drivers and all of the pertinent software installed. So this is what I'd consider the first run, the out-of-box experience. We've been through the other passes, the generalization and the specialization, and at this point it is coming up to the first run. And at this point we're going to go ahead and specify the administrator password. So we have to use a complex password. I always use a standard of capital P, lowercase a, s, s, w, o, r, d, 20 bang. What that looks like is this. So that's complex enough. And password's been changed, and now we're logging on for the first time. So welcome to Core. At this point we can go ahead and configure the server, and you say, well, how can I configure the server with just a command prompt? And there's a great utility. If you don't know PowerShell offhand, that's fine. You just type sconfig, and I have no adapters, so it's not finding an adapter. Well, it should have found an adapter. Yeah, no active network adapters. So at this point we can change the computer name. We'll put in 2 and we'll type install. And I'll say no because I'm going to do a couple other things. The computer name's now changed. I can configure remote management. I can set Windows Update settings, remote desktop support. If I did have the network adapter installed, which it should, I should have noticed the error before. Okay, and if I go back and see, I'm going to exit to command line and start this again. The name has been changed though. We now can set our network adapter. So the index is 10, so I'll choose 10. Okay, I'll set the network adapter and I'm going to make it static, and it's going to be 192.168.1.15. Default subnet mask, no gateway. Okay, we want to go ahead and set the DNS server. We're not really going to use it, but I want to show you that you can. 192.168.1.1. Okay, and we return back, and now we restart the server. And that's pretty much core server. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually use the minimal interface and install the minimal interface so we can pull up the MMC. Thanks for watching.